Hello, film students, and welcome to the introduction to The Dark Knight, which is our superhero or comic book movie. This is a new one that I've added to my class. The American Film Institute doesn't recognize this genre, but I think it's kind of a big force in Hollywood now. So we don't really have a list from them, so we have a bunch of other lists I'm going to go through really, really quickly. Empire Magazine, their top 10 list, and this is older. Number one is The Dark Knight. Number two is X2. Three, Superman 2, the Richard Donner flick. Four, The Avengers from 2012. Five, Superman from the 70s. Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire version, Spider-Man 2, excuse me. Batman Returns, the Tim Burton one with Danny DeVito. It's a little weird. Unbreakable, the M. Night Shyamalan movie with Bruce Willis. The Watchmen, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Esquire magazine, their top 10 is Iron Man, Superman, The Dark Knight, Batman, Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Blade, X-Men, Days of Future Past, and the Avengers. So you're seeing not a lot of continuity so far. Probably, arguably, the most extensive list is by the website The Ringer, which is a pop culture and sports website. They actually use a couple metrics. They use box office performance, they use Rotten Tomatoes, and then they have two subjective metrics. One's based on rewatchability, how much you want to rewatch it, and remakeability. Should they remake it? So based on this, they have actually a top 100. I've narrowed down the top 50. I'm going to go through it really quickly, and they update this quite a bit. Well, maybe not this year because there's not a lot of movies coming out. So we have The Crow, Batman Forever, going backwards here, Hellboy 2, Thor: The Dark World, Man of Steel, Thor, Shazam, X-Men: The Last Stand, Ant-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, Captain America, Superman Returns, X-Men: First Class, X-Men, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Aquaman, Spider-Man 3, Doctor Strange, Batman Returns, Batman Begins, um, X-Men: Days of Future Past, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Superman 2, X2, Iron Man 2, and then now our top 25 for them. Deadpool 2, Logan, Captain Marvel, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Avengers Age of Ultron, Thor Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Batman, that's the 1989 version, Deadpool, Iron Man 3, Spider Man Far From Home, Spider Man Homecoming, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Dark Knight Rises, Captain America Civil War, Iron Man, getting in their top 10 now, Avengers Infinity War, uh, Wonder Woman, Spider Man 2, Spider Man, Superman, The Avengers, Avengers Endgame, Black Panther, and finally, The Dark Knight. And so this is kind of the basis of our class. If you're in person learning, or if you're one of our online students, you can go on Google Classroom. There's a poll under the genre. You can upload your own top 10, and then I will update your class. So I'm going to go through, just going to skim through these. These are the different classes that I've taught, their top 10 that I weight based on their rankings. You can see how things change. You can see when movies come out. It's very interesting. We've had some interruptions here and there. COVID hit and all that good stuff. So here's my list. Harvey's list of greatest superhero comic book movies. I exclude Star Wars, even though the Jedi are technically superheroes. Don't argue with me on that. Don't add me, to use your slang. Number 10, Guardians of the Galaxy. I had it tied with Logan. Those two are phenomenal movies. I couldn't separate the two. 9, Captain America: Winter Soldier. 8, Iron Man. 7, Avengers Endgame. 6, Batman. 5, Superman. That's the old one. I like it. It's cheesy, it's campy, but I love it. The original Avengers, super fun movie. Thor Ragnarok, once again, very fun movie. I think superhero movies should be fun and bright and colorful and fun, kind of campy. Avengers Infinity War. I like when the bad guys win. I mean, my favorite movie is Empire Strikes Back. And then The Dark Knight. It's a masterpiece. So let's introduce The Dark Knight, 2008, directed by Christopher Nolan. He did the whole Dark Knight trilogy: Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises. You guys might also know him from Inception, Interstellar, Memento, Tenet, Dunkirk. The guy makes really good movies. I mean, really visually stunning, really thought provoking. Sometimes they're very confusing. So this whole movie was written by Jonathan and Christopher Nolan, his brother. It stars Christian Bale, Heath Ledger, Michael Caine, and Aaron Eckhart. Among Batman fans, Heath Ledger is usually most people's favorite Joker. There's Sid Caesar from the '60s, Jack Nicholson from '89. You have Heath Ledger, and then whatever that Jared Leto version was, let's just erase that. It was filmed in Chicago, Hong Kong, and the United Kingdom. It was nominated for 8 Oscars, winning 2, including 1 for Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker. He won the Best Actor in a Supporting Role. He won it posthumously. He passed away before the Oscars. He actually passed away before the movie came out. We'll talk about that briefly. He's the second actor or actress to ever win that award after dying. The first was, I don't remember his name, I'm sorry, but he's the actor from the movie Network. This is also the first Academy Award in a major category, not some technical, like visual effects or music category, for a comic book or superhero movie. Ledger's Joker, which is remarkably well done, was based on Sid Vicious, the lead singer of the Sex Pistols, and Malcolm McDowell's Alex DeLarge from the movie and book A Clockwork Orange, which is very disturbing. He was actually so convincing in the penthouse scene that Michael Keane, a very esteemed and experienced actor, forgot his lines. He hid himself in a motel or hotel room for 6 weeks to perfect it, and some people think it kind of drove him to a little bit of madness. Tragically, he passed away January 22nd, 2008, months before the film's release. I believe of an overdose. This is the first comic book movie to ever make over $1 billion, which a lot of them do now. They used IMAX cameras for the first time in a feature film. In terms of AFI, this movie is too recent, even though it is 12 years, 13 years old now. Batman, though, is the 46th greatest hero. The Joker is the 45th greatest villain. That is based on the 1989 version of Batman. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 94%. I'm not sure what those other 6% of critics are thinking. They shoot pictures, don't they? It's 923. It was voted number 15 on Empire Magazine's 500 Greatest Movies of All Time list. On IMDb, the fans have it as the 4th greatest movie with an average of a 9.0. Also, the rest of the Dark Knight trilogy is up there. The Dark Knight Rises is 62 with an 8.4, and Batman Begins is at a 114 with an 8.2. Without further ado, I hope you tune in, watch The Dark Knight, and respond on Verso.